Meantime, the government again thought today they've got this wonderful free pass because a story appeared today in the Australian newspaper. The story suggested that the coalition is looking at ways of being able to pay for their promises should they make it into government at this or the next election. The back of the envelope figure is apparently about $100 billion they may well be able to move around in the budget. Now, let's read here. The coalition will go to the next election with a budget and off-budget savings of close to $100 billion in back-to-basics inflation-fighting agenda that will see a raft of Labor spending programs axed in a bid to arrest structural decline of the government balance sheet. Back to me. Facts. According to the Treasury and this Treasurer, the intergenerational report shows us that Australia will have budget deficits every single year from now till the mid-2040s. Why? Because the way it is structured, the government spends more money than they get in. So in order to make sure that those deficits, which of course just get added on top of, so we get to, on this government, by the end of its first term, $1.2 trillion in debt. $1.2 trillion of debt. When it was about $1 trillion, oh, we have to change the government. Well, what do we do when it's 1.2? We had to change the government because there was one interest rate rise. What do we do after another 12? Again, I will not be distracted. I will remain focused because normal people are hurting. 3.7 million people in Australia right now can't find food, can't put enough food on the table to feed their kids. This is not where Australia should be, at record homelessness, with a government that got kissed on the proverbial because of a couple of years of actually getting more money than they knew how to spend. But still, this government has baked in billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars in spending that only gets bigger as the years go on. And as I told you before, the real scandal is the amount of money that's off budget. Like the tens of billions, $60 billion that's just sitting off budget. It's still borrowed. It doesn't come out, it's borrowed money. $60 billion off budget so you don't read about it when it comes budget time and the budget deficit doesn't look as horrible as it actually is, for a slush fund for people like Chris Bowen when it comes to the renewable energy projects. And then they sign a deal with a company and then they say, we can't tell you how much it was because of commercial inconfidence. Oh yeah, the transparent government. That's what this coalition is planning to try to start to unwind. They are not talking about cutting any deeper than what this government has added to the table.